All right, people, we're going to wait for people to come in. And again, this live stream, we're going to be talking about the key to long-term success, the truth about what's going on in the marketplace of what people are being told of how investing should be like, and the reality of how it is like, especially in the new world of thinking. And I have some really important things to say in this live stream. A lot of important things to say. Hello, hello. Everybody hear me? Hello, David. Can you hear me? No problem. Okay, good. So we're going to wait for some people to come in, and I'm going to talk about a lot of key things for long-term success in the market. Hello, Ash. Hello, Victor. So we're going to wait for some more people to come in, and we'll talk about the SPY. Um, I mean, this chart, and not only this chart, but a lot of things I'm looking at do tell us things, right? And then plus what we hear in the news and so on and so forth. And I'm going to be sharing some other key thoughts that I have. So we'll wait for some people to come, more people to come in, and then we'll start. So again, if you're, make sure you listen to this live stream from start to end if you're serious for success. All right. That being said, let's give some people more time. You know, whoever can show up shows up because I prefer an earlier time than later time. And if someone's serious for success, they will make the time to come to the live stream to ask the big picture leader some key questions if they have them. Right? So there's no reason for not to succeed except for the individual and their perception. So wait for some more people to come in, and then we'll get to the live stream. I'm gonna, say my thing, and then look for ask for some questions, and that's it. All right. Okay. So here what we're gonna do. We're just let's give it. We're gonna give it 2 more minutes. We're gonna start 5 minutes into the live stream. So let's give it 2 more minutes, people. So be patient, and we will get things going. It's 3 minutes into the live stream right now. And we'll give this, let me go check to make sure that I posted this. Yes, yes I did. All right, people. So we're gonna let some more people come in, and live stream. We're gonna start talking about the markets. The big picture. Um, and the key ways of thinking and understanding. If you want long-term success, right? Hello, TJS. So we're going to get this. We're gonna start this in about a minute here, people. 30 seconds. All right. So yeah, we're just gonna get going with this. I'm gonna say what I gotta say, and we'll move forward. All right. So people, when we look at these are my regular charts. Okay. When we look at my regular charts, um, what we can say that in February and over here when I talked about lower highs. So for example, we had a much more negative period between here and here, okay, in June than we do now. Now here again, it's about tariffs and stuff like that. But the big picture, what I received, or what our message that I received, listening from what Trump's doing, is that the U.S. economy is doing well, and China's economy is not doing well. And so the tariffs that he's getting for the, that he's putting on is for the benefit of the U.S. Now, how that is all supposed to play out, that's not our job. What our job is to do, and I'm going to make a great point why. Our job is to figure out what is the market really saying. And in terms of what the market's really saying when I look at key companies, is that nothing is bearish, right? Doesn't mean we're going to have, like, look, we've been having a little bit of crazy movements. This is normal when the market, when there's a lot of, fear, right? And it's the job of the market to create fear, to create problems. And the markets are very good at tricking people. And I wanna make a great point here, people, of this. Um, Carl Icahn, okay? Now, Carl Icahn, before he was a long-term investor, well, he was an investor in Apple, but the market tricked him out of the Apple, even with his great resources, right? I call him old world thinker and how he looks to solve problems, or how he looks or views the market. Again, he has a lot of great resources, right? Being a billionaire, right? However, he called Apple a no-brainer, and yet the market did scare Carl Icahn out of Apple, and he missed those huge gains he would have made being a long-term holder, because of course he went a lot larger, right? So he missed out a lot on what he called a no-brainer. So how much skill do you think he has? Something to think about, right? Lots of resources, but an old world thinker could not solve the problem. Was calling Apple a no-brainer, but then bails. How dumb is that? Think about that, people. That's what I talk about, no skill, right? That's a perfect example. But the market's very powerful in scaring people. Okay, even though what they think isn't reality, or what it will make a difference to the market is good at scaring people. It's the job of the market, right? Now, the job of someone giving advice of the market is to figure out what is really true and what is false, right? And it isn't that simple when, again, someone like Carl Icahn with great resources was tricked out of Apple. And though Apple, of course, my advice talking about Apple hitting 200, and of course I was massively correct, the big picture. What else is new? You see what I'm saying, people? All right. Hello, hello, said here. All right. So as you can see with with the spy, as you can see, um, these are lower lows, higher lows. So this one here, 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 even between here and here. So as long as we maintain that, that is good. So basically, one key metric is the 282.41 here, but there are other levels I looked at as well, which is 282. So how the market acts in these levels will be key, will be more key, okay? Do we might start weak tomorrow, and then could, that would be a very good sign and a possible sign, right? Hello, Dexter, how are you? So in terms of the SPY, we are building something, in my opinion, okay? And if we plan with the right stocks, are setting up a lot of stuff, setting up for higher prices, so the market isn't bearish at all. You know, another point I want to make, I'm going to scroll out here, and this is the point I want to make here. So let me see if we can see that. Okay, so we can see that. So again, I've talked about this before, but back in December when the market was dropping, right? The market dropped pretty hard here, okay? And during that drop, I explained that the market was dropping for the wrong reasons. And what I did was I solved the problem, okay? And the problem was I looked for reasons, or a company. Used a company at that time, was BA. And within this weakness, we actually started a position, caught 5 winning plans, stronger than the market did, in one key stock, followed by other winning plans. Okay. Now this was achieved through the rain period. I didn't achieve it in the sun period. I achieved these great results in the rain period, solving problems with high massive skill. Okay. That's what these services lack. They have no skill. Now, If they didn't trick your leader, PowerTarget Trade, on Apple, they tricked the billionaire Carl Icahn, but they didn't trick me. This is why I look at stuff very powerful, in a very powerful manner. Okay, the skills high, but what I also understand is psychology. People, a lot of people are too weak in the mind. This is what I'm here to. Why do you think I'm here doing the live streams? To help strengthen people mentally, to tell them the truth, to tell them that it's not all sunshine. Yay, happy days. No, you have to be able to catch the sun, which I caught a lot of sun, okay, with Apple. I mean, sorry, with BA over here, and I did that here. So now that we have, let's call this difficult times right now, which is not a big deal compared to other. Okay, I've seen much worse, right? The key is to find answers and position yourself and be ready for when things are great. And most people mentally will never be there, because by the time things are really good, they don't trust the market because they don't solve problems. You follow? There's always an issue. Oh, the market's too high. Oh, the market's too low. Or the market's too this. Or the market's too that. Right? In 2017, some people were saying, "Oh, the market's going to go, it's going to go lower. We're going to wait for it to go lower." Right? So let's go to 2017. So here we are in 2017, and don't forget the clown, the stock clown, called it a bubble. But meanwhile, in 2016, it was too high, right? Right around, right around here, right? Oh, you can't see that. Let me zoom out more. Yeah. So right around here, okay. Let me exactly measure. Right about here, around December, right around here. It's not there yet, people. Give me a sec. I'm looking. Oh, right here. Sorry. All right, right around here, right? The SPY is a bubble, right? And there's a lot of people in 2016 thinking the market's too high. Look at the stock clown, an old world thinker, thought it was too high, the market. Now, who has been right, the big picture? Does the market simply go straight up? No. But who has been wrong? Who's been correct since 2016? Me. So I defended the market in every juncture. I defended the market here, here, here. Always correct the big picture. How? Skill. Not guessing, not assuming, skill. Then I do live streams and I talk to the people. What service does that? No one. No one does these things, right? Nobody does this, people. Talked about weakness in the market in here, and we did some stuff like we did. But then the market was it had its issues, right? And this fall, a lot of people didn't expect. But as it was falling for the wrong reasons. If it was correct, would we be here right now? So don't think that the market goes down for the right reasons all the time. What is skillful is understand what is false and what is true. When I think the market's going to go lower, there's an issue. There will be signs that I know to be valid that will continue for the market to be. So then we will stick to our guns and stay bearish when those times come. But in no way is that the case in the market. The market's trying to resolve itself to go higher. But it's not going to make it simple, right? Why would the market make anything simple? I keep telling this to people. It's how do you handle the rain? How do you adjust? Because if a certain stock isn't acting correctly, and what do? Stick with it or go to the next leader, right? Apple happens to be back acting correctly. And by the way, Apple and all this being above 200 is a very positive thing. Are you having people tell you this? No, nobody else tells you these things. Did Carl Icahn, a billionaire, able to tell you these things? No. These are skills beyond skills. That's what you want. You want a leader to tell you the truth. Again, we are making money with options, okay? And it's harder than some billionaire that can hold, and even though, and here's the thing, billionaires look for the big picture. Let's get it right here. Why are they? Because they are looking for the big picture, and that's what I'm trying to do for people is make money with intelligence through options, allowing many people to be able to buy these large cap stocks that really make money, that are the reasons why there is a market. Not the penny stock traders. These are baby traders. Right? They have no skill. That's why they play that market, right? They think that it's cheap stock, let's buy that, right? There is good stocks that start very cheap, okay? But they're a dime a dozen. Most of them are they're baloney, okay? But a stock like Apple is not baloney, or Amazon, or Google. These are stocks with real growth, or Netflix. Netflix used to be a $25 stock. Now, I want to make another point about people, why people fail people. Let me tell you another reason. They don't have that vision to look forward. They think that the market is okay. You put money in the market and everything's beautiful, sunshine and roses. There was one person said to me, if I would have held Netflix, I would have been a millionaire. But why did he not become a millionaire? Because he doesn't know how to hold and deal with the market. Let's put up Netflix, people, by the way, quickly. Let's talk about this, okay? I want to show you something. I want you to think about this, okay? This is why people don't succeed. So, Netflix in 2016, people, let's think about this here. Who makes the big money? The little baby thinkers or the big picture thinkers? Now, there were people who looked at the big picture of Netflix. And by the way, Netflix was 96 bucks, but it was a lot cheaper in 2013. I'm not going to be able to show you, but I'm going to just tell you, for example, 43 bucks. And in maybe 2010, 25 bucks. So did Netflix simply just go up? No. If you look at it, we would go up, down, we have downwards periods. So your person needed to understand how to adapt to this as a long-term holder and make money. And there's ways to do that with options and being a long-term holder, okay? So the guy who claimed he would have been a millionaire, the problem why he's not a millionaire is because he don't have the mindset to make the real dollar bills. Like what I'm trying to do with the options for the group, right? Making money with real plans, but you got to deal with the situations. The market isn't going to make things perfectly clear and smooth. But guess what? When you think this way, when you're thinking big picture, you're going to kill it. 1 month of the year it takes, and you're properly doing all the right things, you can make all the money within the 1 month period within the whole year. 1 month all year, regardless of the successes and some of the failures and successes throughout the year. By doing the right thing, by staying focused, that's how you succeed long term. There is no easy route like this. Oh, you just subscribe to a service and no. I guarantee you, a lot of people still, because by how they manage things. So I do the management in the group, right? I select the best possible plans, keep it to the smallest amount of ideas, and get us into the best winning stocks like Ruko. It's huge success still in these market conditions that are really fine. It's normal that these things have to happen because the market has to do what it has to do, right? It has to do. There are people who think the market's too high, just like they thought it was too high in 2016, they thought it was too high in 2017, and they thought it was too high in 2018, and we kept going higher. And who do you think thought it was too high all the time? The stock clown. And there's a lot of stock clowns like that, like the stock clown. Lots like that. Anyways, people. That's right, Dexter. Why did it do 1,000 point swings? It's part of the job to scare the weak-minded. No skills. The big picture winners. Listen, Netflix was a $40 stock. Let's think about this here, right? Listen. The market scares billionaires out of their money. Carl Icahn, he made a big deal about Apple going to 200, no brainer, and then bails. That is a lesson in itself of what I'm talking about. It's a powerful lesson and something for you to think about very carefully. A lot of people who do services don't have these abilities. They have not been long-term investors or made multiple option plans throughout many years, 2016. as I have in Apple. This is real skill. This is something you don't see. And I come and I do live streams and I talk to the people and I educate the people and I tell them and I try to help them here mentally, taking the time to do that. Right? The services don't do that. Why? Because they don't want to talk. I tell people up straight front, sun, rain. Why do I use this term? Because it's facts. As, you got to keep working hard at them, keep focusing in the market. Regardless, there's times. Look, I'll be honest with you. Let me be straight up honest with you. How many times are things does the rain outnumber the sun? You bet your bottom dollar it does. The rain outnumbers the sun, but the sun in the shortest amount of sun period, okay, great, it destroys the negativity if you know how to manage things in no time. I'll give you an example, people. Let's look at Apple here. Okay, I'll give you an example. We were in an Apple option plan, okay? I was still in it, but we got in. We weren't making money right away. We got in a plan, the 205 calls, okay? And in one day spike because the market is just itching to go higher, but they got to do what they have to do. Apple told us something this day here. Now the key is to understand what it's saying based on the market, and then adapting and then managing things. Right? That's what we did. But the option that day, so much came back for us in this stock in just one day. One day, all of it. But imagine a month of that. Huge wins like that, day after day. Those days will come, but you know how you catch them? By being prepared and handling all situations. Sun and rain. Sun and rain. Let's see what Dexter has to say, because Dexter knows what he's talking about, right? Anytime you see Dexter, because Dexter works hard and understands what I'm talking about. Says lots of fear is done purposely, and all those who trade in fear will always pay the people with skills, right? Dexter knows because Dexter has understood, just like FedEx. Remember FedEx, the FedEx trade? While the stock clown lost money in FedEx, we were suffering. I tell the story, for example, but the sun came, bafasum, monumentally. That week in FedEx, it puts you forward the whole year. Believe me, that's how powerful the trade was. Options that were $100 went 10 times in value in 2 days. Because I handled the sun and the rain. Dollar bills with skills. And that's what it's all about. Preparing, handling the sun, the rain, preparing, and catching when everybody's like, oh, it's good to get into the market now. Yeah, but you missed it now. Because you just want things to be clear. No, the market, just like when the market did this, the market decided yes, it was news driven, but it's not just news driven. There are things in the market that are saying that this market isn't bearish. So as soon as it gets the right piece of information, boom, it wants to pop. And when we don't have any fear, because there's nothing going to stop this market. Here's my opinion about the market. Unless something negative was to happen, the market is engineered to go higher. Okay? But it isn't going to make it clear. Okay, even if you have you have the dumb big money and the smart big money, and reality is it's about the minority making the majority of the money. Listen carefully now, people. It's about the minority making the majority. This will never change. That's the reality. Because you need too much this to really make the real dollar bills long term. Everybody wants a quick buck only. And as soon as they start to lose, they don't know what to do. They start to look for new systems, new things. I know because I've gone through all these myself. I've gone through all these cycles, okay? So what I'm telling you is from deep world experience. That's why I focus on my health, and having strong mindset, strong body, strong everything. Because that's true success. Having money and you're sick and you have a weak body, that's not success for me. That's not true success because you can't even enjoy. Like for example, this I keep explaining this example of Steve Jobs. You can't really enjoy your true what you're supposed to enjoy, right? Right? Building a $1 billion boat and then never not even sailing on it. What was the purpose of that success, right? To make other people rich only, or really not do anything positive. What really counts is what we are here for a limited time, right? And if you're living in sickness or at half your capabilities while you're here, that ain't proper life, in my opinion. So I also talk about that, not just about making money, but making money with the right mindset and skill is the only way to do it. Yeah, but really things aren't that negative, David. It is the time, but we're going to do it with options. We will do this with options, David. And will all plans work out? No, because okay, like I said, billionaires have a longer time frame horizon. So, for example, Warren Buffett simply buys things and holds for years. Even if he's wrong, he'll then sell after he realizes he's wrong, but he's looking to be right the big picture. Unfortunately, we don't have the luxury of billionaire time. This is a big advantage when you have. That's why I keep telling people when you don't have the right amount of money to invest with, you're not going to make the right decisions. That's why I tell people you should have a certain account size, right? And people that they want miracles. They think that okay, I have it because the problem is you have to be able to deal with this because if you can catch the rain, okay, you happen to be lucky enough to come to a month where you caught the rain, but then you don't. Then your mindset doesn't understand how to about the rain, and you only caught the sun. You can lose all your gains anyways. So to really have gains, you have to really know how to continuously get gains through all market conditions. That is what a lot of people lack. That's what PowerTarget Trades is here to help people succeed with. Any questions out there, people? Anybody want me to talk about a comp? Yes, FedEx was a massive win. I'm still trading with gains from FedEx. There you go. Look at 2009 example. If the market was bearish, no news would make it move up so readily. That's right. No news would. That's right, Dexter. That's a good point. If the market was bearish, no news would make it move up so readily. And the power in Apple was significant. The volume was good, okay? Um, 47.5 million, okay? 47.5 million. Amazon, no, Amazon is a very different thing. Um, the SPY is not a double bottom pattern. There's no bottom in the SPY. First of all, as I explained about the SPY, that's an uptrend. Just to show you, that's what we are in. We are in an uptrend. Right? In order to truly break, and that's how bullish we are still, by the way, you would really have to really break. Well, you couldn't go by this, okay? Because this is an old world thinking of thing in this case, okay? Because this is the wrong thing. But what I'm getting is we are in an uptrend, okay? The way you want to look at it is that do we lose in order to lose the last low, that SPY has to go below 273.09, but that's not what we need to go to. Right now, we got to look at this zone. And what is the market? And don't forget, Apple is 200, okay? A company that is affected by China, but it doesn't seem to be that as affected as badly, right? So Apple, in my opinion, is a key stock to watch and to lead us into other great plans. So this is why I have a focus on Apple in the group with multiple. We've been going in more plans than usual due to the situation and due to what I'm seeing in the market, right? But I'm seeing a lot of stuff setting up readying for higher prices. And once all the right news is out and no more fear and whatever, something is, this market's going to make a lot of key stocks are going to make some great, huge moves, and we're going to make some massive gains into 2020, unless something disastrous was to come, was to happen. But that ain't here at all. And we can't think like that. We have to think, take step by step. But believe me, if there will be money to be made if there was something disastrous as well. But it's not showing up on the scans. What I'm saying is, what shows up on my scans or how I look at the market is that there's a lot of opportunity for higher prices. 10:02. Apple is a $1 trillion plus company. That's a new paradigm to think about. That's right, Dexter. That's right. Stock clown don't get it, right? Old world thinker. Um, as for Shop, well, we're not trading Shop for one. I'm sorry to tell you, Chitayani, but there's nothing bearish. Like, I don't think you understand what bearish is about of a stock. Let's look at this. This is a uptrending stock. Shop pulled back before. Did it not go up higher? Again, Chitasan. People, the way, like how you think, these are the reasons why you never can become a millionaire or a billionaire, because your mindset's too small and you're looking for the wrong things. You want to short a stock like Shop? No. This is a strong uptrending stock. It's hard to make money, and I mean, it's been acting really good. So this stock did nothing bearish, again, because of that candle. This is the wrong way. One candle doesn't spell the end of a stock here, by the way. There's more information needed. Although it could go lower, I have no interest in Shop due to the way it trades in options. This is by far a very bullish stock. And that's what I want you to understand. That is the big picture. It came out of a huge channel. This thing is something not where I would look to short, right? Because it's been making, who's ever been going long Shop has made the big dollar bills with skills. What's his name? Not the baby Shorts with no skills. No skills. And remember, it's the people with the big picture skills that create a market, not the baby scalpers, not the baby shorts. Not them. If this market wasn't higher, there would be nothing for them to short. Understand that. That being said, people, the money is in the big picture. It will always be in there. Okay. Um, the majority of wealth was created by going long. Short is people who don't know how to make money, so they go short. They look for what should, and they're not even good at doing that. Like the stock clown, he's not good at shorts. Well, that's all he focuses on, but he isn't good. He's always wrong the big picture. Always wrong. Shorting the wrong stocks with no skills. No skills. All right now. Good. I'm glad I made that, because that question was good, Chitayan, because I tell you, what does one bar? Look what it did over here. It went down. Oh, it's bearish. No, it was not bearish. It's not that simple. People try to make things simple. What's a candle? Candles have their place in the analysis. Okay? But in no way is a candlestick the the only thing. There are times where you can use a candlestick to make money. There are ways, right? But what I'm getting is that that's a system in itself, okay? That I don't want to get into it. Don't want to get into. But I know that I studied it. In the end, what I believe is the best way is to look for things that have patterns, that have predictability, and look at the big picture and get us into the best probabilities. That's how you create long-term success in dealing with different situations. It's not no different than AMD. So let's talk about AMD. You know, the stock clown. Uh, Back in 2018, I said that there was a shift in AMD. And anybody long term remembers this. Now, I didn't go long in AMD at all. There were people who did take my advice and they went long and they made money. But then we made an option plan, and I talked about it going to, where it is, 34. Stock clown with no skills, baby scalper, short, no skills, no brains, said this stock was going to go lower only. He never changed his thing. And look what he missed, and look where it is today. And in fact, AMD still is a stock that's set up long term to go to 50. But is it going to go simply to 50? No. That's a market. And that's where the big people, the people who make the big dollar bills with skills, are using their noggins and they're making adjustments. Constant, which is what I do. Constantly adjusting. Perhaps they have there's so many ways to make money. I don't want to get into the specifics, but the people who really make the money think more like the way I do, and they aren't telling you the advice like me. They are hush hush. These people, people who take the advice from those people, are paying huge amounts of money in their club. They ain't going to help people like PowerTarget Trades is going to do, like I'm doing. But I am giving that kind of help to people to give them a chance with options, with real companies, not penny stock, baby scalper thinkers, no skills traders, no brains, no health, no nothing. Anyways, yes. Oh, my friend, stock market investing is here. This guy has a good channel. And by the way, um, he put up. There was a video that he put out with Trump talking about how Trump was talking about China and how they're not doing so well. Remember that video, stock market investing? Yeah, AMD was 6-7. Now, AMD, I was bearish of AMD, and but I changed my mind about AMD. I adapted right away, and I changed my mind back over here. I didn't go long though, but there were people who took my advice and did go long. I did go long with options back over here. We killed it. Well, the stock got destroyed and was massively wrong again. Mr. Stock market investing, by the way, people, this guy has a good channel. He puts out good videos. But the problem with some of the videos that I don't like is that I wish I held my AMD. I cashed out way too early. Is that you do put out videos though that you're talking that it's bearish, then you're bullish. Like I said, stock market. You want to listen to what I'm saying. The market is designed to trick the majority, right? It tricked. I want to make a point. Stock market investing. The market was able to trick Carl Icahn, who has massive resources, to bail out of Apple when he was calling it a no-brainer. Do you recall that, stock market investing? So I want to make it clear that this is not so simple that you can figure out fundamentally things. And it doesn't matter how big a company is. This market is very powerful in tricking very powerful people. Because it's powerful people against powerful people. The market is for the minority and not for the majority. And it will always be that way because people are too weak-minded. Too weak-minded here. There are people who do what I talk about, but you're not going to hear about these people. Those people deal with large sums of money with large people only. They do not deal with the public because they already know the public don't have the mind, the skills, don't have what it takes. They know this already. I'm trying to help the few that do, right? Let's see what stock market says. Sharing the news. The market is designed to trick, trap, and fool. You see, yeah. Look what he said here, because this guy does his research. Look what stock market investing said. Sharing the news. The market is designed to trick, trap, and fool. So, what does that mean? Does it mean that the market is easy? No. And it fools the biggest. It fooled Carl Icahn. Would you agree, stock market investing? Taking money from one side and giving it to the other. You see, people, this is great. This is great. We'll talk about Facebook. Yeah, is Facebook? Well, let's look at Facebook. Yeah, we'll put. Yes, fooled big time, rigged. Stock market investing. Who are you talking about? Are you talking about that Carl Icahn, or that the market, yes, fooled big time. What do you mean by the rigged part? Icon. See that, people? Because stock market investing does a lot of research, okay? He does a video, he spent, what he has to do, he likes doing those type of videos, right? And I know a lot of work goes into what he does, right? So props to him. A lot of work goes into what he does, right? And I think, like I said, a channel like him and someone like me is a powerful combination, um, to because there are some videos that are very key that he has put out that are helpful. I think the video where he captured, where him specifically talking about when Trump was talking about how the U.S. is doing well, how China's not doing well. I think that's a very powerful message right there. That being said, that's not the only thing I go by. Facebook. Let's talk about Facebook. Okay, now Facebook is a very. If we look at Facebook, people, let's talk about Facebook. In my opinion, um, Facebook, even though what it did was more of a pullback than I anticipated, the stock has an ability to move, as you can see in history. So I believe that there are some. I believe that as long as we hold 177, in this case, uh, on a market close, we should have no problems. Like this thing can make a comeback. However, I will not be using Facebook as a comeback. I'm looking to see, can we make a break even or make some money in Facebook? Sure, we can, because there's a lot of time. Facebook is a very powerful company, makes a lot of money. Again, some unfortunate things can happen in signals, right? Um, One thing that I could think of that Facebook didn't show was the strength that Apple showed, and that's why Apple has provided more gains for us and has than Facebook did, right? In fact, Facebook has provided, Apple has provided just straight gains off our new plan, the 205 calls, straight gains. Even while the market was down today, still in gains. Don't worry, people. About Facebook is one trade, but Facebook can come back and Facebook can still make us gains. I will make adaptive. I will look at what it's doing. I'm looking at all the facts, and I just think it's no. I think at this point in time, it's something to hold because believe me, I've been in things worse against me. Only to, like the Apple trade, I had it. Apple wasn't cooperative, and I knew that we would make that the options had the time we would make, and I actually had it. It was 80% against me, and I sold it for 50% for me. But what I did while Apple was against me at the time back in February, I was focusing on other plans. You understand, like the multiple BA waiting plans. So don't worry, people. That's why adaptive thinking and movement. The market never going to make things easier. I've told that to people, but I will fix the problem. I'm always looking to fix. VIXE, PFE. Yes, listen again, Joel. Facebook option. I've been in positions where things are underwater, and I got 50% gains. I've explained you the story of Apple. Okay, it's a true story. So let's talk about Apple. I want to tell you a true story here. And everybody in my group, long-term people, know this. So let's tell. This is the truth here. So I got into a plan in Apple that was underwater, but I had February calls, by the way, and it was underwater here, right over here. I want to see if you can see that. But I held the think position, and I think it's because it held at certain levels. It was pretty bad. I was in some options, but they were February calls. And while this was happening in January, I wasn't in favor. I just left those calls because I believe that I would still make money on those, and they were February. I think they were February 170 calls, and lo and behold, Apple went to as you can see here in February 174. I end up making 50% gains, Joe, while making big gains, making big comebacks in BA. So losses or temporary losses are normal to happen in when we have these market conditions. But the key is to stay focused and position yourself into stocks that can pay you back some dollar bills, and at the same time you can hold that position if it's and get your money back, especially when it confirms my signals. And that happens a lot for us. Sometimes I just hold positions because I get my money back anyways, more often than not. So that's to answer your. So I'm not too concerned about Facebook right now. What I'm concerned about is getting us into other positions to put us in gains, and then we can make our money back in Facebook anyways. I won't be using Facebook as a vehicle due to what it did, but I still believe that Facebook and the options that we have will be able to be at least break even at worst, to high profits. Again, we need more information from the market, but not to worry, but it's all part of how it goes. This is how investing goes. If you think you're going to always make money, that's why you won't make money and you will become a statistical loser long term. If you want to succeed long term, you have to deal with and understand that, but be ready to come back. I've been through this before, Joe, many times. So what I'm telling you is facts. I'm not going to hear and tell people everything's sunshine and glory all the time. It's not. Let's see what he has to say. Facebook makes big money. I wouldn't be worried. Right. So stock exactly. Facebook can move 7, 12, $20 in a few days, just like that, due to whatever for whatever reason. A lot of time between now. Don't. That's why I pick specific options for reasons in case of issues that can happen. Right? Believe me, if Facebook could be 200 plus by September, for all you know, beginning of September. So don't worry, Joe. And that's one plan, right? There are other plans that can fix that up, and we have to be ready for them. That's investing. You have to move the money around and deal with the sun, the rain, to catch the sun. That's why I do these live streams, because that's what these I'm the big I focus more on the big picture, because that's where the real money is always, and understanding what is the real direction. I've been correct the market in all kinds of conditions, the big picture, and that is what's most important. Let's see what here stock market. That move is up in Apple yesterday from 2 was nuts, right? But it's also proof of that it was pushed down for the wrong reasons, right? We made some great money in our February calls. By the way, I'm sorry, our September 205 calls. One day, boom, 100%. Options that were $570 hit 1175 within about an hour, or two. Large price option, not baby, right? And they still in profits from us from entry, right? Because Apple's still up from 2 days ago, right? Because we were below 200. Apple was over here was at 200, and today, even with the market going down a lot, Apple closed at 202.75. A very positive thing for the market, and also could be good. Is also good for Facebook as well. That Facebook would at least flip around. It won't be the best pay stub for us, but it can still pay us something. GS. Well, if we were to look at the bank, you would say, okay, usually banks being good. Obviously, what Goldman Sachs did today is not good, but it can also, how long, the question is how many times, how long, can it reflip? And the answer is it could. the banks could start come in favor later on this year. So the banks aren't the answer to the equation, stock market investing, in my opinion. Let's look at it this way. The banks were looking good over here, and they just did this and became weaker than the actual market. So, and Apple and Google L and Ruco, by the way, right? It's a stock picker's market. Like you look at Ruco, one of our, I mean, Ruco, which is, by the way, a company that's like Netflix. This company is on fire, and I've identified this, and we've had many winning plans in Ruco. It's all about identification and having the firepower ready to hit hard. It's another saying I came up with. As I was talking to a member. It's having the firepower and mindset and ready to hit hard and being able to do so, which is what I'm able to do. That's how you make money long term in the market. Being ready in fear to kill it with options. See? Yeah, I think bank, okay, too much downside selling pressure, right? But see, stock market investing, look at Ruco. Did it affect Ruco? Right? And Ruco is a pay TV company. Bank is dead money, yeah. So you see what I'm saying? Here's my point I want to make stock market investing. If Ruco, if we had a true bearish market, Ruco wouldn't be in new highs, by the way, as you can see. Let me zoom out of there, because you can see that with my charts. Let me zoom out a bit more. So Ruco was let's think about this here, people. Ruco in 2018 was a $19 stock. So how bearish can this market be when a $19 stock is trading at $130 in 2 years later? That's massive growth, right? These are things to think about. Like, this is just another way to look at the market. I'm showing you something, another way to look. That's not possible in a bearish market. You would never see that in 2000 when the market was crashing in a real bearish market. You would never see something like this be a stock, because the market isn't bearish. The market is setting up for one thing: higher prices and the story. And until that changes, we are going to focus long, 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 long. In my opinion, SPY is setting up for 310, 320. Until that changes, that is my focus, because that's how true champions truly make the true dollar bills, with skills. Good questions, though. Stock market investing. Yeah, Ruco's on fire, right? Is that possible in a bearish market? No. But we were in, by the way, stock market investing, we were in Ruco many times with options. It's been a great stock. It's always a very reliable company. I identified that. That's how you hit it hard, people. Being able to identify and then getting in with options and killing it. This thing provided multiple 100% winners. Never have I lost in Ruco. Or if I had 9 plans, if I played 10 times, love Ruco. That's right. Costco stock is one of my core holdings. All it does is go up. So yeah, let's take a look at Costco. Yeah, very strong stock. Um, Again, probably setting up for higher prices. But I mean, in terms of options, I look at what are the better stocks like for people to make money in options with. Like we're trying to, my focus is to make 100% gains. It's my focus all the time. Anytime I make a plan is, can we make 100% gains? Can we make 100% gains, right? So for example, if the options cost 400, can they go from 400 to 800, right? And I do this all the time. So that's the way I'm investing in my skill set. But yeah, Costco has been something I've done with options and make great money in Costco. Yeah, again, Costco's a great company, right? But in theory, Ruco is a better performer, way better performer. And you wouldn't, in what it does, right? In terms of percentage-wise, oh, it would have been great to be a long-term investor in Ruco. Oh, anyways, people. Yeah, double that money, yeah. Ruko stock market investing doubled our money many times in options. I have videos documented on my YouTube channel. And by the way, people, I'm proud to have someone like stock market investing, um, being a follower and joining the live streams and appreciating my work. You see this guy's work. Like he really puts a lot of work in his channel, right? And he's a big picture investor. See, stock market investor is a big picture thinker, right? That's what you have here, people. You don't have a baby scalper thinker like the stock clown here. You have truly great people in here, like Dexter and Ash. Really great people in my as I tell you, that's what I'm proud of. The right people that I connect with. That's what I'm most proud of. It's not about the majority and having big amounts of people coming to my live streams. It's about connecting with the right people. I had a guy that I met in the live stream that I gave a plan for Disney. We remember we talked about Disney, and then in stock market investing wasn't. Next day it just jumped, and that other guy he went and bought those calls I talked about. Those calls went up huge, and I have the documented video in Disney. Well, the stock clown was short, missed the whole game, actually shorted it, and still lost in it. No skills, no skills. Thank you, stock market investing. And this is what really counts, having someone like this recognize. That's what counts, people. Because I've seen his channel. I tell people, I see his channel. I watch his videos. Again, I don't go by fundamental news, but I do listen to things, what's going on. But then I'm looking at what I see in the charts and then. But if there's someone like some good information to listen to, anyways, it's his channel because he does talk about long-term investing. He is a big picture thinker. He's not a baby scalper, no skills investor like the stock clown and like a lot of people out there, right? A lot of people are stock clowns out there. A lot of services, clowns. This guy, big picture thinker. I know. I've seen his videos. I see how he talks about his investments. You see how he's invested in stocks. In the right stocks, makes big dollar bills in stocks, right? But even so, he knows how the market is. He understands what I talk about. That's right. And the options trading, in how I do it with big picture thinking, it's a lot harder than what a billionaire is doing because they have the money and they just hold. They may have good ideas, but my ideas have to be even better, more skill to help people make money in options. It's a lot of skill. It takes a lot of skill. This is why I'm a good long-term investor too, because I understand these mechanics as well. And see, stock market investing knows this. He understands that, right? There you go, people, right there. Because this guy, you go listen to his channels and video, you'll know he understands what he's talking about. But that's my forte. I put a lot of my energy in that way of thinking. That's just the way I like it, right? But because I do that, it gives people an opportunity to make money in the market. But I never said it was easy, and you have to manage it. And I'm doing that in the group, and I'm doing everything, managing, suggesting we should hold, getting into new plans. I tell people how they should divide their account, how many options they should trade based on their account size, right? And if you follow my rules, you will succeed. Because if you want to know the truth is you make money really a small percentage of the time. Ask this, listen, what's the majority, stock market investing, what, and because are you making the money on a small majority of time, or is it, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a short period, it's that key time of the month that you were properly prepared, but you get all your gains. It's only a small percentage of the time. Would you agree on that? Right. Okay, so, and why is that? Because you're trying to catch the small, why is that? Right. but stock market investing. But when do you really make the money? Is it a small percentage of the time, or all the time, or a large percentage? What do you understand what I'm saying? Is it a small or large? Right. That's what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Tiny window. This is what people who want to become option traders don't understand, is that tiny window. We have to be prepared to catch that tiny window. And when the market's difficult, it makes it a lot harder. But if you are prepared, we will catch all the huge gains in the tiny window. And that's the hardest part to do. There you have it, people. This is a great, this is a great live stream. One of the biggest reasons is we've had stock market investing saying some things, to back up what I'm saying. That's right. Options give great gain with small amount of capital. That's right, Ash. Right. See, not everybody has hundreds of thousands of dollars to invest in the market, right? Right. I'm pretty sure stock market investing is probably working with a couple $100,000 accounts, right? Right. Again, people with large accounts, I don't tell them to go all their money in options. What I suggest people with large accounts do is they use 100K maximum for options. Yeah, see? So stock market investing, okay, has a $700,000 account and comes to my live streams, okay, to listen to what I'm saying. But what I'm trying to tell you, stock market investing, is you should look into using a 100K out of that 700,000 to deploy in options trading in an intelligent manner, okay? Meaning that you will never have all your 100K in the market at once. You never do. But you have, in order to be able to say, there's a method to do it. And then you, as a long-term investor, you're growing your money in two metrics, with a smaller, with the 100K, and then the long-term investments in your larger thing. But there you have it, people. Got really lucky with Bitcoin. Pushed it all into Apple Apple calls 2 years ago. So you made your money more with some quick. So half of it would be with short-term investing, and half of it with long-term. Is that what you're saying? Okay, Apple Leap options, bought and hold. Okay, all right. Okay, yeah. Because the Bitcoin thing well, it was something I never focused on. It was an opportunity. It was a good thing, but it was more hype driven. It wasn't like something like Costco long term. It wasn't like real, as real or solid as something like a Costco or an Apple. You know what I'm saying? And then that's where, see, where stock market investing made his money was in real company, right? Solid company. He didn't put it in garbage, right? He didn't do it in penny stock. He didn't trade that kind of way to make the real dollar bills with skills. Okay. Well, that's fine, but again, you know, that's a bit too risky because you're putting everything on one thing. However, it happened to be the great thing. What I say is that it's better to subdivide things, okay? Be able to take things that don't work and catch the real huge gainers like you did with Apple, but do it multiple times for long-term success. Because in reality, being able to reproduce success and deal with failures is what true long-term success is in the market, in my humble opinion, from all my experience. Very good, stock market investing. That's right, Shub, yeah, Spy. Yeah, of course, the SPY is higher. I mean, here, let me zoom out the chart. So, I mean, if you look at it, let's look at it where we are here, right? And let's look at that 2016 when the stock clown said that it was a bubble, or when Carl Icahn thought it was the end of the world. SPY was at 185, and I called for a reversal back in 2016, right over here. Yeah, was it? Yeah, yeah. And the market hasn't looked back. So I think I know what I'm talking about. Carl Icahn was wrong in 2016, and yours truly, the big picture leader, was correct. I have this all documented. Ha ha! Stock clown. That's real skill. With this kind of skill, decade after decade after decade, we make money. Who knows the kind of money? See, money is unlimited when you have health and real skill. Money will always come to those people. But don't lose your health, people. Health's number one. PowerTarget Trade, that's the difference between me. I talk about both, and I show both. Right? People see me. That's right, stock market investing, health and wealth. Well, because without your health, you're nothing, right? You got nothing, right? And it's a shame. To leave this world for the wrong reasons, or due to health issue, biggest shame. Biggest shame. Biggest waste of life. That's short, by the way. Life's short. Man, I don't even know where time goes by so quick. Anyways, that's another topic. Now listen to what Dexter's saying. There is tens of trillions of dollars on the sidelines of the market. Cash pays nothing. Bonds pay nothing. Only places U.S. market. SPY will go up in due time. All the signals are there. That's right. What do you think, stock market, or what? See, look what stock market said. I agree 100%, Dexter. This is a very good live stream, people. We have this all documented in the live stream. We had a real discussion, stock clown. Unlike you, bad advice, PowerTarget Trade. I have the greatest minds in my live stream, right? Right here, people. Great people. Ash, Dexter, stock market investing. In the negative, right? They want market higher. End the story. Look what stock market investing is saying, people. Negative yields globally. The only place to park your cash is in the United States stock market. There you go, people. But this is what the market's saying to me. You know what I mean? But the market has to scare people in the news, has to make money. It's a game. If it was easy, people, everyone would succeed. But you got the big picture leader right here. Got the right kind of people, right? Stock market investing, giving a stamp of approval, right? You don't have that, stock clown, stock bookie, stock John. You don't have no stamp of approval from stock market investing, do you? Or do you have a great member like Dexter? No, you don't, stock clown John. That clown, he loves to troll me. All right, people, it was a great live stream. Yeah, That's a great live stream, people. I honestly thank you, stock market investing. Keep showing up to my live stream. It was really great. I'm glad you came to it. Yeah, but that guy's a terrible troll, though. That's the difference, though. Thank you, stock market investing, and I'm proud to get positive comments from stock market investing. I understand what good people like, what good people are. What I always look for. I'm always looking for great information, great people, and I find that. I always do. Thank you, stock market investing. Thank you, people who came to this live stream. A lot of great people. Thank you, people. Hope you learned. People, study this live stream. It was a really great live stream. Study this. I'm really happy with this live stream. A very powerful live stream. Thank you, stock market investing. Let's have a good night, people.